Hi there guys, and welcome to week 16 of Jonesy's Question Time. It's got to be a quick one this week guys, because I'm actually recording this at 10 o'clock at night, and I've got so much on, so I'm going to actually kind of go through these as quick as I can really, so apologies for that, but we will be back to normal next week. Once again guys, you haven't let me down. I've actually got my question set up for this week, and I've already got my question set up for next week, so that's absolutely fantastic. I think that's the first time I've been backlogged sort of this well really, but that doesn't mean that you should stop sending your questions in or anything. Keep doing it the way that you are, because it's fantastic. I'm starting to see different questions from different people as well. It's always great to see the same people week in week out, but it's also nice to see some different people getting involved as well. So don't be shy. I know there's more than just the people that are sending in questions out there actually watching it. So don't be shy in coming forward and giving me some of your questions. So I'm going to start off with XX Joey Lad XX, who asked, Jonesy, can you do any accents? Well, of course, there's the old Irish accent, which I go in from time to time. To be honest, it's becoming a bit of a problem, especially at work, because me and Lee started doing it, quite a while ago now. I don't even know why we started doing it, but it's something that just starts happening automatically now, and it gets to the point where we actually can't stop. In fact, when we were in Manchester earlier this year, we actually set each other a task to not do it, and the first person who would do it had to face a forfeit, and I think I lasted about 5 minutes. So yes, there's the old Irish accent, as you'll have seen from Brian and Paddy on the Barta channel. So yeah, there's Irish, and Irish is kind of the main one really. It's the only one that I don't want to say perfected, it's certainly not perfect, but it's the one that I feel I can do best. So yeah, I like to say that I can dabble in a few other ones, but not really that well, to be honest, Joey. So I would say that Irish is kind of the one I would have more confidence behind anyway. So thank you very much for your question there, Joey. So Steve on Twitter has asked me, what does an average day at work consist of for you? So on an average day, I will get up around sort of 7:45, 10 to 8, because I only live about 15 minute drive from work. So yeah, I get up, have a shower, get dressed and everything, and do what I need to do, get my lunch ready if I'm taking any lunch. And then obviously drive to work. Like I say, traffic's usually okay. Obviously during school time and everything, it's just around that time where it's getting busy, but I've got a few shortcuts now. So yeah, about 10-15 minutes, get to work. When I get to work, usually in the morning, myself and Lee will load up the van for the deliveries for that day. And then I just have a day in the shop from then on, which consists of so many things. At the moment, more specifically, I'm spending a lot more time in the office because we've just redone the website, so I'm having to basically sort all that out and make sure prices are all on there and everything's in the right place, because basically, apart from Lee, who's out on the van all day, I'm the only person who works there that actually knows how the computer works. So as soon as anything technological comes along, I'm the guy that gets asked to do it. So do that, obviously serving customers when we have customers during the day, taking deliveries in, all sorts of stuff like that. Then when they get back from deliveries, again, me and Lee will take stuff off the van, old furniture and everything. So then, yeah, that's usually work. So we go home at 5 o'clock, we finish at 5 o'clock. Again, 10-15 minute drive home. Come straight in, usually have my tea straight away. And then, obviously, depending what I'm doing with YouTube, then I will come upstairs and get straight into recording or editing, and I usually do that through till, as long as I need to really, but I tend not to try and go past 9 o'clock, he says, as it's 10 past 10 at night now. But yeah, I try not to, because I do like to have a bit of just kind of relaxation time on a night now, because I think I was overworking myself for quite a long period, and it wasn't doing me very well. So yeah, that's kind of an average day for me, Steve. So thank you very much for your question. Tom Roach has asked me, what's the best football game you've ever been to? I feel like I've talked about this before, but I actually can't find where I've answered this question. But best football game I've been to, the first one that springs to mind is actually my first season as a Leeds United season ticket holder in '97, when Leeds beat Derby 4-3. We went 3-0 down after something like 30 minutes. And I just remember everyone being really restless and very angry. I mean, me as a young sort of 7-year-old kind of didn't really understand what was going on properly, but I just remember the crowd being so angry. Then we got a goal back just before half-time to make it 3-1. We then managed to pull it back to 3-3, and then with literally 20 seconds left on the clock, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank went storming down the right-hand side, pulled the ball back to Lee Bowyer, who came storming in and smashed the ball into the top corner. And the noise that was made and erupted inside Ellen Road that day will always stay with me as sort of my earliest footballing memory. I've never gone so crazy myself, and like I say, that noise was just amazing. I mean, people sort of now, the generation, talk about the noise that came off the roof when we scored against Millwall or when we scored against Chelsea a couple of years ago, but back then, back in 97, when we beat Derby 4-3, that noise was something else. And other than that, winning 3-2 away at Burnley, again kind of similar circumstances, 2-0 down at half time, and then scoring 3 unanswered goals in the second half with Johnny Howson getting the winner for an away game especially. That was something special. Absolutely loved that. So those two were particular highlights for me. There's so many that I've been to that have been entertaining football games, but I'll pick those two for now. So thank you, Tom, for that question. Following Leeds has said that, hi Jonesy, what editing program do you use to edit your videos? I use Serif Movie Plus X, I think it's X6 at the moment. And yeah, it's really good. It's 'cause obviously I started on Windows Movie Maker, which is okay if you're doing the basic stuff, and if you're not wanting to do too much editing, it gets the job done. And then I saw this free trial. I think I got like an email through somehow, a free trial or a free version of this Serif Movie Plus thing. So I gave that a try, and I mean the free version is amazing. I mean, anyone out there who's wanting to start up a YouTube channel or want to make movies but don't have the money to spend on editing software, get the free version of Serif. I mean, there's lots of things that you can't do, but the things you can do on it is more than what you need to get started. I mean, I have the full version now that I paid for, which even then isn't that expensive, to be honest, for what you get. I mean, it's not up there with your kind of Premiere Pro and stuff like that, but for me, I think it's still a very decent piece of software, really. And in it, yeah, it gets the job done, and I just love using it. It's very user friendly. Sometimes you can get quite daunted looking at some of the other editing softwares that are out there, but Serif kind of keeps it kind of plain and simple, and has got some nice useful little tools in there. So that's what I use following Leeds, so thank you for that question. And we're going to finish off, like I say, with this quick episode with a question from Gruntsy. Brilliant name there. Who asked, through all the seasons you have supported Leeds, who were or are your favourite players? Mark Viduka was always a favourite of mine. For obvious reasons. He was just an absolute beast up front. I mean, he really, really was. He was just such a quality player. So I absolutely loved him. Kind of more recent players. I mean, I haven't had too many over the past few years. I mean, I suppose the youngsters over the past couple of years, your Byrams and Mowats and Cooks have probably been my favourites. Before that, I really liked David Prutton. Not just for the Jesus style hair and everything, sort of him and Andy Hughes, just for the passion and the effort they actually put in whilst they were wearing the Leeds United shirt. That was just something so special and something that you always love to see. So yeah, your Andy Hugheses and David Pruttons. But my all-time favourite, I mean, I've said it on here quite a few times before, but for me, Lucas Radebe will be my all-time favourite Leeds United player, hands down, just because he's the chief, really. I mean, Leeds United fans know why Lucas Radebe is so well loved by the fans at the club and everything. And he's just one of those guys that you hope someday you'd like to see him come back to the club in some form or some kind of capacity, whether that be a coaching role or whatever. But yeah, ever since I was a young kid, up until, he always will be my favourite player, but up until his testimonial game, he was just the player that I loved seeing play the most. And he's such a nice guy off the pitch as well, like the happiest guy you'll ever meet with the biggest smile. So yeah, those are my most favourite players, Gruntsy. So thank you very, very much for your question. So that's it, guys. Like I say, a very, very quick and rushed one. So I do apologise for that, but for obvious, well, not for obvious reasons for you, but obvious reasons for me. Yeah, I just needed to get through this one quite quickly. So yeah, rated our legend Killer 10, Herbie Howard, James Mahoney, and Lee. Future Law. Your questions will be answered next time round, guys, so there's still a spot left for a question to be answered next time round, so it's just basically on a first come first serve basis, guys. And then yeah, after that, just keep sending your questions in, keep it nice and varied, just like today. Again, a great bunch of questions there, and just double check on questions if they might have been asked before, but if you do ask a question that has been asked before, then I will let you know in the comments so you can ask another one. And if you are leaving your comments, make sure you leave it in the question time videos or at my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUSE with the hashtag Jonesy's questions. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If it's your first time visiting, then please do leave a like and a subscribe. That would be very much appreciated, and maybe even a share amongst your friends. That would be nice as well. But until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon.